Howdy folks, Doc here with Last Best Tool, and I stumbled on this used Snap-on bit driver kit, and I hesitated. They wanted like $100 for it on Craigslist, and I looked at it and thought, I don't know. I mean, you don't see a lot of good Snap-on tools, especially bit drivers. And first of all, I don't know if you can tell in the video yet, but let me put this on there. This is like wildly sun faded, and they showed that. I mean, it was a completely honest ad, which is rare and nice. But anyway, it's been sun faded, and they really didn't have a whole lot of good pictures. Now, I kind of wrecked this video because I've already fixed a lot of things. This was cracked, this window here, so I super glued it just to hold it together. And here's what's inside. Now, when I looked this up on Snap-on's website, this was over $400 if it was complete. So then my question was, is it complete? Is it worth it? Now, these things alone are between $20 and $30 a piece off the Snap-on website. So let's say 25. So I've got $25, $50, $75 just in those three extensions. This one is not even part of it. This is something that was just thrown in. I first, of course, had to make sure that they were all Snap-on. But I inquired a little about it, and it turns out the guy is switching jobs. He has a ton of Snap-on equipment, but he ended up selling off kind of a lot of his extras. This was his beat-up extra. So the next thing is there's a bit set. What was in that? Now, I totally wrecked the video potential because all of these were, I mean, this was rusted. This had all kinds of just age, basically, rust and corrosion and stuff. I cleaned it all up. I wasn't sure where I was going with this, but what I really should have done is actually had, you know, the video from the very beginning. And as I looked at this, I thought, you know, this is, I've got like $75, $80 right here. And then I've also got these drivers. These alone, with the extension, not just a handle, but also the extension, and there were a ton of bits. Every bit was Snap-on. I ended up getting, or figuring these were, you know, another $60 to $70 a piece. Here's this guy. I love these small bit drivers. I mean, it's great condition. He said that he was in great condition, but the pictures made it look awful. And it also had this bit set. Every one of them's a Snap-on bit. So this alone was a couple $100 if it was full. It's missing a few pieces. That's not a big deal. It's got the extension, etc., and it fits in this case. So when I saw it, I first thought, I don't know, and then I thought, wait a minute. I'm misjudging what this thing is. I really need to jump on it. So I went ahead and contacted a guy and was able to buy it. $100. And I thought, yeah, that's actually a screaming deal because I've bought a lot of these pieces on their own, you know, for full retail or near retail off the Snap-on truck or through the Snap-on website. And just to be able to have these things, I mean, you can buy, you know, you might see the price for just the handle, but then it goes up another $20, you know, from say $60 to $80 to get to the actual screwdriver. Of course, these both have the bits, so I've got the socket bit, the flexible socket bit, you know, 1/4 inch square, the full 9-inch long hex bit, 6-inch hex bit, 4-inch hex bit, 2 ratcheting drivers, and a full bit set here, you know, or near full of all the major stuff. Inside this case, and this whole thing is over $400 if you buy it off the Snap-on website. You can see the difference between just the sun, kind of the sun bleaching of the color. Because this sat on top of something, probably a cart outside. I think it was an aircraft mechanic, so it was probably out on the tarmac. And I just looked at this and thought, everything here, not only is it replaceable if it wears out or something, but I have bought these before. I spent $18 just for that case alone, empty, and I've started to fill it myself. I bought all these pieces by themselves. So anyway, there are some Snap-on deals out there, but it was presented horribly, or what we might say is honestly. And that's why somebody like me digging around, looking, finally doing the analysis, figuring out what I could repair, replace, clean up. Most people might look at it and say, wow, that's a mess. I looked at it and said, that is a huge opportunity. And it turned out, for me, it was. And he was happy. He got some money out of it. It's been sitting on top of probably his toolbox out in the sun for years. I'm thrilled. He's thrilled. That's a good deal. With that, Doc out.